2009 would be considered a pretty weird year for Disney Channel. The year prior to 2009, Disney Channel premiered Sweet Life on Deck, Phineas and Ferb, had smash hits of original movies such as Camp Rock and Cheetah Girls One World, aired the final episodes of Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, Corey in the House, and wrapped up the Disney Channel game series. With Disney Channel having a minor emptiness to its live-action programming, they came to the conclusion that changes were needed for the next generation. Enter in Sonny with a Chance, the sitcom that would secure Demi Lovato as a main Disney girl, but would also confuse many with the direction Disney Channel was headed in with its comedic matter. Lovato's acting career began at the age of 6 on the children's television series Barney's and Friends as Angela. She starred on the show alongside Selena Gomez. In 2006, Lovato guest starred on Prison Break and also appeared in Just Jordan. In January 2007, she landed the role of Charlotte Adams on the short series As the Bell Rings, which premiered in August 2007. A few of her original songs, including Shadow, were featured on the show. After leaving As the Bell Ring, Demi auditioned for the Jonas television show as the character Stella Malone, the female best friend, and unfortunately was not picked. Disney would then have Demi audition for Camp Rock and Sonny with a Chance, which would give her the lead role for a movie and a TV show. With both of these roles, Lovato had the potential to be on the teen queen career path that was successfully led by Miley Cyrus and Hilary Duff. Also a fun fact, fellow Disney actor Bridget Mendler had also auditioned for the role of Sonny. Sonny with a Chance went through some changes before taping. The original working title for the series was Sketchpad, and the name for the main character was Molly Monroe. At this time, Demi had just signed a contract with Hollywood Records and was recording for her debut album. She also was filming for Princess Protection Program alongside Selena Gomez, and Camp Rock was slated for release in June. To top it all off, she also toured with the Jonas Brothers and wrote songs on the tour bus. So Demi was hard at work at just age 15. The lead's character's name was then changed to Holly, and the title changed once again to Welcome to Hollywood. The main character's name was later changed to Sonny, and the show's title was changed to a final time, to Sonny with a Chance. The show centers on Sonny, a 15-year-old small-town girl who, after a nationwide search, is chosen to join the cast of the most popular teen sketch comedy show on television, which is filmed in Hollywood. The sitcom features a show within a show, known as So Random, with fully produced comedy sketches. These elements draw inspiration from the Nickelodeon series All That, which 2 executive producers from Sonny with a Chance were on board. The cast includes Tiffany Dorton, the self-absorbed Tawny, Brandon Michael Smith, the Suave Nico, Doug Bradshaw, the Funny Man Grady, Allison Ashley Arm, the quirky Zora, and Sterling Knight as Chad Dylan Cooper, who was the star of Mackenzie Falls, which was another show in a show alongside So Random. Another fun fact is that Ariel Winter from Modern Family was almost cast as Sonny's little sister, and Billy Unger from the Disney XD show Lab Rats was supposed to be Sonny's brother. Production of the series began in September 2008 with the original pilot being unaired. Sonny with a Chance premiered on Disney Channel on February 8, 2009 with 2 back-to-back episodes. The first episode drew a total of 4.1 million viewers, and the second earned 4 million viewers. It would be announced in June 2009 that the show had been picked up for a second season and would be filming around November 2009. It was announced in June 2009 that the show had been picked up for another season and would be filming in November 2009. It was at this time that Demi started to feel the pressure increase when the fame started to creep into her life. She felt pressure to look a certain way to sing music that she felt people would like instead of the music that she wanted to make, and she also had to focus on numbers and charts. She started to have more of a rebellious attitude instead of the sweet and lovely persona, and started to drink at parties with friends. She started to develop depression and anger issues. While on tour with the Jonas Brothers, Joe and Demi's relationship had started to become complicated, and Nick had to be the bridge between them to help her back into being herself. After a Camp Rock 2 tour show in Colombia, on October 28, 2010, Demi invited her band and her background dancers to dinner. After eating dinner, they all went to Demi's hotel and trashed it.
I paid for all the alcohol. I was on Adderall, and we had trashed the hotel. The hotel was threatening us.
When the hotel staff questioned the dancers, someone told on Demi for using Adderall, and it got back to Demi's father.
I was very upset. Now it was out that I was on Adderall. The next day, I was in a lot of trouble. I remember going to Kevin Sr. and saying, listen, I want to thank whoever told on me because I know they were just worried about me. And I just really want to know who told you. And I manipulated him into telling me who it was. And he said it was Shorty.
While boarding a plane to Peru, Demi walked up to her background dancer and punched her in the face.
Shorty and I had been really close through Camp Rock and Camp Rock 2. So when he said Shorty, I remember thinking, I'm about to beat this bitch up. She had already boarded the plane. I just went up to her, and it was like a blur.
I turned around and Demi had punched her backup dancer in the face.
Demi would then delete her Twitter account on October 30th. 2 days later, it was revealed that Demi quit the tour and would seek medical treatment for emotional and physical issues that she had dealt with for some time.
Demi's family and management team held an intervention.
They sat me down and said, you can't live like this. Like, you need to get help. And that's exactly what I did.
Demi was bipolar, something she's never spoken about on camera until this interview.
There have been rumors about her having an eating disorder, and paparazzi photos of Lovato in the past have seemed to show markings on her wrist.
In this red carpet photo, her visibly scarred wrists were exposed for the first time.
That picture, when it came out, terrified me. The entire world saw my innermost, darkest secret that my parents didn't even know. Then I just started doing it in places where no one would see it.
Disney indicated that production on the third season, which was scheduled to begin in January 2011, would be dependent on Lovato, who was reported to be undergoing mental health issues. Later that month, the network made public their plan to begin production on the season without Lovato, reworking the premise to focus on the So Random sketches. Writers of the series planned for the third season to focus on sketch comedies and include guest stars as a temporary solution until Lovato returned. The network executives were pleased with the performance of the standalone So Random episodes in the second season, which led to the decision to rework the program. In April 2011, the magazine People reported that Lovato would not be returned as Sonny with a Chance, and that So Random would continue, which had been in the production for months. Lovato stated that she'd be focusing on her music career as well as her recovery, with Disney supporting her decision. The series finale of Sonny with a Chance, titled New Girl, would air on January 2nd, 2011. The successor show So Random would premiere on June 5th, 2011, and would conclude on March 25th, 2012 with only one season and 26 episodes.
So Random, the show within a show, is now its own show.
So Random would take inspiration from Saturday Night Live with digital shorts,
Bringing back socks with sandals. What? Socks with sandals.
and also include guest stars that were relevant at the time.
The biggest guest stars: Tony Hawk,
Who says you're not perfect? You be our only chance. We should take it. Waiting outside the line.
Reviews of the show were fairly mixed, with some mentioning of how Chad Dylan Cooper's character, who had previously disdained the randoms in favor of a soap opera, was part of the show with no explanation. Another mention of how the actors seemed to not find the sketches as funny as the writers think they are. This could be excused since each episode is written by 2 writers, whereas opening segments and sketches in a traditional sketch comedy series are written by a team of up to 12 writers. It started to become apparent throughout the season that the show just fell flat without Demi. Sonny, being the main character of Sonny with a Chance, was the glue of the cast and had to put herself first. Disney Channel claimed that the reason behind So Random's cancellation was due to poor ratings, but some fans also suspected that Tiffany Doran's sudden pregnancy had something to do with it, especially since the show just ended months after she made the announcement.
Weird going from seeing people in a concrete box for like more than half of a day,
Right.
every week, every day, to not ever gonna be in the same place with that many people that you know. But it's also, I know God has a plan for everybody's life, and I wish all of my co-stars the best.
During the COVID pandemic, So Random star Matthew Scott Montgomery hosted a Zoom reunion with the cast members of Sonny with a Chance and So Random. In a Zoom call, Demi made a reference of her going to rehab.
What has everybody been up to since the show?
Everybody all at once, go.
What have you been doing?
Rehab several times.
She also talked about her eating disorder at the time and feeling overworked on set.
Demi, your dressing room was 98 degrees every day.
I had an eating disorder and I was underweight and freezing. I would have people over for meetings on my lunch breaks because that's how much I worked. And I would have people over and
Every lunch break you had a meeting.
yeah, and so people would come in, I'd be like
In a
covered
blanket.
blanket on the couch and they're like, why is it 80 degrees in here? And I was like, because I'm freezing. And they're like, oh my God, what's wrong with you?
Taking a look at each of the cast members' Wikipedia pages, it seems like most of the cast members had minor roles after So Random in other shows and movies. Demi is still making music and is currently on tour for the Holy Fuck album. And that wraps it up for our first video. If you guys enjoyed it, please make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe for future videos.